So this video is an introduction to pie. It's basically just a bit of background. I've got a few different kinds of pie to show you, and just so you know something about it if you want to give it a go. The first ones I've got are proper practice pie. They're the sock pie. They're basically a pair of rolled up socks inside the longest, stretchiest sock you can find. And these are really good. They flex a bit, which makes it just a little bit easier to learn to do moves. You know, they've got enough weight to them so they'll spin nicely. But if you hit yourself with them, they're just socks. It's not going to hurt. You know, you're not going to take your eye out or anything. So they're great practice pie, and cheap and easy to make. The next ones I've got are essentially the same thing, the sock pie again, but the ones I made when I started learning. And it's just some sort of nylon cloth, which I got off a banner, with tennis balls inside and handles attached. They're very much the same as the other sock pie, but these ones don't stretch, and they've got a little bit more weight to them, which gives them quite a lot more momentum when you're spinning them. They'll hurt a bit if you give yourself a good whack, but you're not in any danger of damaging yourself. So again, they're quite good practice pie, and because they don't stretch, they're good for practicing at using other types of pie later. The next ones I've got, well, they're actually pretty much the same as those other pie, the other sock pie now. When I first got them, they had a string that come out each pie head with handles on the end, and then these dangly bits are tails that follow the head of your pie. And it looks really cool, but I wouldn't advise them for practicing purposes, as they're pretty awkward to use, and you need a lot of space to use them. But they do look good, so if you fancy spending a little bit of cash on some, they're a good place to start. The last ones I've got to show are the fire pie, and they're the ones that you really want to get good enough to use. They're just Kevlar wick wrapped around a little tube of metal, with chains attached, and you soak them in paraffin or anything with a low flash point, and they'll give you some pretty good streams of fire. As long as you know you're not going to hit yourself, you don't really need to be able to do anything with them to look cool. I mean, come on, it's fire. The best thing about these ones that we've got here is we've got extra heads for them, which if you just clip on, you then have multiple heads and multiple streams of fire. I mean, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You can get ones with big wicks, multiple wicks. You can get ones that have fire goes all the way up the chain. It's just whatever you're looking for, really. Another common type of pie is glow pie, and they're essentially just sock pie, but they have like high intensity LEDs inside them, so they'll glow, flash, whatever you want. We have got a set in house, but they don't have any batteries, and I'm not sure where they are, so I'm not going to bother to show them. And when it comes to pie, there's three basic schools that you can follow. First of which, my favourite is the weave, which there's loads of variations, difficulty levels and that. But basically, you have one pie following the other, and they're nice and easy. They're good fun. They look good. The second one that I would say would be a good one to begin with are butterflies, and I'm not particularly good at butterflies, but basically it's where both of your pie are they're spinning in opposite directions on the same plane, and then you can spin them around each other however you fancy. You can spin them behind your back, over your head, all sorts of things. And they're a good place to start, and they're quite easy to interlock with weaves, giving you far more things that you can show off and look good with, which is always good. And the third one, which is a little bit more advanced, because you need to be quite good at timings to pull them off properly. And until you've had a bit of practice with the poi and you know how they're going to react, I wouldn't really bother trying them. And flowers, you've got at your most basic level, you have chase flower, which is where each poi spins same direction on each side of your body, and then you just get one. Don't really have enough room here, but you get one to follow the other. And if I had fire or had glow ones, you'd be able to see trails, and it does look kind of like petals, which is why they're called flowers. I mean, another flower is this, which is a good one to go from a weed. But there's all sorts, and the probably the most impressive looking thing, but they are a pain in the arse to learn. So I'd wait till you had a bit of experience under your belt for that. If you actually want to learn it, stay tuned. I'll be putting up a whole load of tutorials over the next days, weeks, months, whatever.